kids. Today's reading is this book, The Art of Thinking Clearly by Rolf Doblli. I hope I'm saying it right. He is a Swiss author who has written a number of bestsellers before. This book is actually a compilation of short articles. Each of them deals with what it says here, cognitive biases. 那么我认为这些就是 mental lapses， 我们的很老的坏习惯，我们的行为习惯。比方说Why you systematically overestimate your knowledge and abilities？ 这个就是他所谓的 overconfidence effect。我们什么时候会这个太有信心 ？Why evil strikes harder than good？ 这个我读了，我还蛮喜欢这个的。Loss aversion， 我们总是 averse to a loss， 对不对？这就是为什么我们永远这么保守。Averse 就是对一个东西很反感的意思。我另外一个 ，Never judge a decision by its outcome。The outcome bias， 所以它只是点出来我们在我们做我们日常决策的时候，可能会有一些倾向或者是一些模式，那么让我们知道这些是好的也好，是坏的也好，让我们自己去了解我们的行为模式。Today I am reading the last one. He has collected 99 of them. 那么我今天要读的呢是 Why you shouldn't read the news, the news illusion. Okay, here we go. Why we shouldn't read the news. Earthquake in Sumatra. Plane crash in Russia. Man holds daughter captive in cellar for 30 years. Heidi Klum separates from seal. Record salaries at Bank of America. Attack in Pakistan. Resignation of Mali's president. New world record in shot put. Shot put 就是铅球啊。Do we really need to know all these things? We are incredibly well informed, yet we know incredibly little. Why? Because 2 centuries ago, we invented a toxic form of knowledge called news. News is to the mind what sugar is to the body, appetizing, easy to digest, and highly destructive in the long term. 3 years ago, I began an experiment. I stopped reading and listening to the news. I canceled all newspaper and magazine subscriptions. Television and radio were disposed of. I deleted the news apps from my iPhone. I didn't touch a single free newspaper and deliberately looked the other way when someone on the plane tried to offer me any such reading material. The first weeks were hard, very hard. I was constantly afraid of missing something. But after a while, I had a new outlook. The result after 3 years? Clearer thoughts, more valuable insights, better decisions, and much more time. And the best thing? I haven't missed a damn thing. I haven't missed anything important. My social network, not Facebook, the one that exists in the real world, consisting of flesh and blood friends and acquaintances, works as a news filter and keeps me in the loop. Keep somebody in the loop 就是说还是让他 loop 就是圆圈圈绕圈圈嘛，就是还是让他知道该知道的事情。这些都是我们不需要知道的事儿，我们日常在新闻里面会看到的东西，对不对？苏门答腊有地震啊，飞机栽了，哪个电影明星跟哪个明星分开了，什么人赚钱赚得很多，我们真的需要知道这些事儿吗？我们 incredibly well informed， 但是我们什么都不懂，为什么？因为2个世纪之前，有人发明一个 toxic 有毒的形式 的常识知识叫做 news。news 就跟糖一样啊，糖对身体长期是有害的。这边很简单，你们一定都听懂了。disposed of 这个就是被扔掉了，被收起来了，反正就是被解决掉了。deliberate 故意的，这个字也一定要知道哈，哪一点 insight 就是观察力，就是洞烛先机了哈，就是已经先了解到很多事了。对。A dozen reasons exist to give news a wide berth. Here are the top 3. First, our brains react disproportionately to different types of information. Scandalous, shocking, people-based, loud, fast-changing details all stimulate us, whereas abstract, complex, and unprocessed information sedates us. 我们脑袋里面呢，就是 scandalous， 就是有丑闻的 ，shocking 很震撼人的这种新闻呢，我们是 stimulate us， 对我们很有刺激哈，让我们感到很振奋。但是很抽象的啦，很复杂的啦，就没有经过处理的新闻呢，让我们感到 sedates 麻醉。让我们感到很没有力气。News producers capitalize on this， 利用这些现象。Gripping stories, garish images, and sensational facts capture our attention. Recall for a moment their business models. Advertisers buy space and thus finance the news circus on the condition that their ads will be seen. The result: everything subtle, complex, abstract, and profound must be systematically filtered out, even though such stories are much more relevant to our lives and to our understanding of the world. As a result of news consumption, we walk around with a distorted mental map of the risks and the threats we actually face. Business model 商业模式是什么意思呢？就是说为了要卖他们的广告 advertisers 登广告的人就会希望新闻呢看起来是很有趣的，就像我们台湾的或者香港的苹果日报一样，对不对？这些东西，这些很低俗的东西才会卖广告。但是呢，很抽象的、很深奥的很微妙的、很复杂的，这些真正对我们脑袋有用的，可以教育我们很多事情呢，反而都被 filtered out。filter 就是过滤掉了。Second, news is irrelevant. In the past 12 months, you have probably consumed about 10,000 news snippets, perhaps as many as 30 per day. Be very honest.Name one of them, just one, that helped you make a better decision for your life, your career, or your business. Compared with not having this piece of news, 对不起 for your life, your career, or your business, compared with not having this piece of news. No one I've asked has been able to name more than 2 useful news stories.Out of 10,000, a miserable result. News organizations assert that their information gives you a competitive advantage. Too many fall for this. In reality, news consumption represents a competitive disadvantage. If news really helped people advance, journalists would be at the top of the income pyramid. They aren't. Quite the opposite.新闻一点用都没有。News is irrelevant， 是跟现实是不相关的。我们每一天可能看30个新闻，一年呢，可能看1万个消息。 但是呢，这些消息真正对我们有帮助的可能不多。News consumption， 我们是消费这个新闻，我们是用到了这个新闻。Okay. Third, news is a waste of time. An average human being squanders half a day each week on the reading about current affairs. In global terms, this is an immense loss of productivity. Take the 2008 terror attack in Mumbai. Out of sheer thirst for recognition, terrorists murdered 200 people. Let's say 1 billion people devoted an hour of their time to following the aftermath. They viewed the minute-by-minute updates and listened to the inane chatter of a few experts and commentators. This is a very realistic guesstimate, since India has more than 1 billion inhabitants. Thus, our conservative calculation, 1 billion people multiplied by an hour's distraction equals 1 billion hours of work stoppage. If we convert this, we learn that news consumption wasted around 2,000 lives, 10 times more than the attack. A sarcastic but accurate observation. I would predict that turning your back on news will benefit you as much as purging any of the other 98 flaws we have converted in the pages of this book. Kick the habit completely. Instead, read long background articles and books. Yes, nothing beats books for understanding the world. 他说呢，第三，读新闻就是浪费时间。当然，他有提到计算了一些，给了一些例子，看一些生字哈。Squander， 这个就是扔掉了，浪费掉了。An average person squanders half a day each week on reading about current affairs. 一个礼拜花半天的时间读这些没有用的消息，就把时间就浪费掉了。然后呢 ，in global terms， 如果从全球的角度来看的话，这是一个 immense loss of productivity， 是一个很巨大的对生产力的一个巨大的损失。当然，他这边还提到了一个恐怖分子杀掉200个人的故事，对不对？你们一定看得懂。当然，他说了，10亿印度人每个人花1个小时去看他的 aftermath， 就是这个故事的后续。如果你把这些浪费到的时间全部加在一起，这些时间加在一起，等于2000个人活一辈子的时间。这就是他的意思。A sarcastic， 很讽刺的，但是呢，一个正确的 observation。对了，purge 就是把一个东西扔掉了，彻底的推翻。I would predict that turning your back on news will benefit you as much as purging any of the other 98 flaws we have covered in the pages of this book. 我不是说到了吗？这个是第99，对不对？那么这个故事里面有98个我们人类经常陷入的这个习惯或者社会现象他说这个你把看新闻的习惯给改掉了，跟解决掉另外98个的任何一个效果一定都更好。他说去读点书吧，还有这些 long background articles， 就像我喜欢看的国家地理，对不对？哈哈。这个 nothing beats books for understanding the world. OK， 我下次一定会读，至少再读2-3个吧。我应该会读，也会读这个。Why you systematically overestimate your knowledge and abilities? The overconfidence effect. 除了我刚刚讲的这个什么 illusion of control， 还有这个 loss aversion， 就是很害怕去 造成什么损失。OK， 但是看过一次就98个、99个，就是你就会了解到很多人在语言上的习惯，他们所指的事情到底是什么。就像我也不太知道什么是 omission bias， 对不对？ action bias， 这些可能都是社会学、心理学里面的事儿。OK，see you later.